Welcome to the Christian Media Marketing Show. My name is John. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You may be listening to the podcast. You may be watching the video show here on YouTube. Either way, I'm thankful to spend some time with you today. I'm also very grateful for those of you who have reached out. Let me know that you've been praying for my, seems like forever sickness that's been going on. And also for those of you who have been willing to contribute towards our ministry, some of these things that you see, the podcast, you see the video show, the weekly marketing newsletter, the different things we're trying to do for the kingdom as a benefit. And I'm very, very grateful. It is truly an honor. We exist because we want to see you succeed. And if I could be as frank and open with you as possible, I love doing this. I love teaching and researching and looking into things for the benefit of the field, for the benefit of those of you who are out there making Jesus known. I did a call this morning with a team in a region of about 10 million people, unreached, 10 million people who do not have the hope that Jesus offers. And they've been facing issues. They are getting accounts shut down. They're facing all sorts of challenges. And I just want to be able to help them. Our whole Kavanaugh team just wants to be able to help as many people as possible. And so, yes, it takes money. It takes time. There's taxes. There's all sorts of stuff in this world that you and I, all of us have to, we just have to face and work through. But I am grateful for the opportunities that we have to serve. And so thank you for allowing us to play a part in what you're doing, to see Jesus made famous, to see the renewal of all things, to expedite Jesus's return. Now, today is going to be a cybersecurity episode because there's a couple of things that are happening out there that I want to bring to your attention. Two different types of attacks. I can't say that this is just something that's happening for those of us who are in the United States. In reality, the cybersecurity thing is happening all around the world. In fact, just this morning, in preparation for this episode, I was reading about how the Prime Minister of Thailand got a spam attack using AI. So they were phishing. It was a phishing attack trying to get them to do something, to send money, actually. And it was made to sound like another ruler, another leader in a different country. And this is just the reality of the power of artificial intelligence, of tools like Gemini and ChatGPT and so many others. The techniques of the past, the Nigerian prince who sent a link to somebody, those days of those kinds of attacks, I'm thinking are probably over. Now we're working into a world where even when you hear it, even when you see it, you can't be 100% sure that it is what you're seeing. And so we have to remain diligent and vigilant to be aware of what is happening. The reason why I'm so passionate about this is because there are those who wish to do evil, and there are those who wish to just stop what you're doing. And then there's just organized crime that won't even spend a fraction of a second concerned or worrying or caring about you, your family, your mission, your organization. And they will attempt to rob you at any point that they can. Once you're on a list, once you've started getting some of these, then unfortunately it continues on. Even if you change your number, there's so much stuff. So you may inherit other people's scams if you were to change your numbers. There's just only so much that you can do. And so when we look at this, one of the best things we can do is be aware of what's happening, aware of what kind of attacks, and some basic cybersecurity rules that I'm going to share with you. And so there's just two of them, really two major things I want to share with you today, because these are two very specific attacks. One that I have faced, the other one I've heard about but haven't seen yet. So let me share with you the first one, and that is simply this. This is going to be one of the attacks that you may potentially see, which is a text message that comes to you. Now, I've seen these groups you'll get added into, like a WhatsApp group or different types of marketing ones. I've seen this happen in different ones, Telegram, WhatsApp. This one is an SMS one. And sometimes they'll put a bunch of people's phone numbers in there and then they'll say something. And inevitably, somebody's going to type back and say, stop, or who are you, or whatever else. First of all, don't do that. Do not reply to these text messages. All you're doing when you do that is just validating that your phone number is a working phone number, that you are a legitimate target. Every phone number, every phone call I get, and I get at least 1 or 2 a day that are scam calls, I just keep blocking them. I don't answer them. Now, do I want to? I do. I want to answer them. I want to give them a peace of mind, but I don't, because if I answer that phone, if I respond to this text, it's going to be letting them know that this is a legitimate one. So block the numbers. Make it, in Chinese we would say it's mafan. So make it mafan for people. Make it a nuisance. Make it trouble. Block them. Delete these messages. Report the junk. If you have that capability, don't just hit delete and report junk. And those numbers will be going back to your cell phone carriers, and they start to look for these things. Now, in this one, what is sneaky about this attack that you're seeing here is that this is saying, okay, well, you have an unpaid toll bill. So it's creating a sense of urgency. You need to do this right now. There's also one from supposedly the United States Postal Service, or it could be your postal service in whatever country you're working in, that will say, we tried to deliver the package and we couldn't do it. So you need to contact us and we'll schedule delivery. Both of these are sneaky because what you see in here is that there's going to be a link. But in this one, if you were to click on this link, let's say on an Apple iPhone, it's actually disabled. And so in this kind of a phishing attack, it wouldn't work. So what these criminals and others are doing now is they're trying to get you to respond back. This is where it says, please reply why, exit it, and then open it again to activate the link. Or you can just copy the link and put it into Safari. When you respond back to the text and then you click on the link, it is telling Apple, well, you're responding to this, and now those protections are taken off of that link. And so now it will work, and it will take you to a site that will either try to look like something else and to get your information. And I did a podcast a few months ago about how impressive these look. They look like LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever else, or it could be a layer over something that looks like a normal thing. When you're clicking on it, it's actually activating something behind that. If you were to take this link, copy it, and put it into your Safari browser, same thing. You just, instead of clicking on something, you typed it in and then hit go. And those protections aren't there. So first lesson with this is, I would say, just don't click on links, whether it be SMS or an email or in WhatsApp or anything else. Just don't click on links. You might think, well, but I know this person. Even when you do, you better make sure. Okay, you really need to be careful. I would just say don't click on links. But because if somebody gets in and they impersonate or they gain access to somebody else's account, now they'll start working their way through. They get in your Facebook account, now they start sending messages out from you supposedly saying, hey, I need help or I need money. Just don't click on links, right? Look at links. Look at what they say. Look at where they are. If you look at this one right here, it ends in .xin. Well, just go out, do a Google search. What is .xin? What country? What thing is this? All right. So this is one. Be very careful of these SMS texts. Do not respond to them. Delete and block them. And do not click on links. All right, here's the next one. And this one's a very sneaky one. These are actually Google ads. And so there is a malicious Google ads that are happening out there. And you will have the ad and you will click on it and it will take them then to a fake Google ads homepage. And these pages are a Google site page. So this is the URL that you're seeing is the sites.google.com, in this example, /evil, but it won't say that. It's going to be a fake Google ad page. And then when you click on that, then the URL will change to actually the malicious URL. And this is where it will look just like the other one, but it's a phishing site. It is amazing. I've done some of these just for fun for people on our team and said, hey, click on this. And they try to log in and we're able to see username, passwords. In fact, some of these are getting so good at hijacking these sessions that even two-factor authentication does not guarantee that you are safe. And so when that happens and they go in and they're creating these rogue Google ad accounts, so you may already have a Google ad account and they'll go in there and they start running ads in addition to the ads that you are running there. So the accounts are already there. The accounts are fine. I've seen this happen on Facebook too. People will hijack a Facebook ad account and they'll start running their own ads. But the key to this one is that it starts out as a Google ad itself. So if you don't remember to go to ads.google.com and you just get into Google and type Google ads, you need to be careful of where it's taking you because it could be a fake Google ad that takes you to a site and it says start now or sign in. And when you click on that, that's where it will take you to that Google phishing site. And then where you can potentially either lose access or grant someone else to get admin access. So what do? Always check your URLs. And when the URL changes, make sure it is saying who you want. Now, there's some really sneaky things that they can do between different types of Cyrillic fonts and other things. So if in doubt, don't keep clicking on these links. Go straight to the website, type in the address yourself, and make sure. Just like when you get a phone call and they say they're from Google or Facebook or Apple, call them back. Call Apple back or Google or whomever else on it. Just make sure that where you're going and who you're talking to is who they say, and who you want to be talking with here. All right, so watch these links. Watch out for these phishing sites. I would also say, if you're running ads, check who has access. Go into your business settings and look to see whose names, who's accessing, who is partner access, who is added to the users on your Google Ads or your YouTube account or your Facebook Meta business account. Just do an audit every once in a while and see who's there. Look at the charges. Are there ads that you don't recognize? That would be a big red flag. All right. So hopefully these are just a couple of things that you can be looking out for. If you are getting these kind of texts, remember, delete and just report them as junk. If you're going on Google, be careful. Watch those links of where it's taking you and make sure it's legitimate all the way through it. If in doubt, don't click. Don't click on these links, even when they're texted to you, even when it's sent to you in an email or wherever else. Just be careful. All right. So hopefully that's a help to you. We'll keep digging into this as we find new things and new things to be watching out for. Obviously, we're going to be sharing it with you all. As always, if you like this show, if it's a benefit to you, click like, click subscribe, share it with other people. We would really, really appreciate that. More than anything else, just keep pressing forward. If we can help you in any way, we want to do that. If you have questions or ideas of subjects that would be good to help you, let us know. We'll be glad to dig into it and try to help you in that way and see it on here, the podcast and the video show. So until then, keep pressing forward in the renewal of all things, of making Jesus famous. We're going to keep rooting for you, and we pray that God will bless your efforts. Take care. Bye for now.